Mr. Neerman, I want to thank you on behalf of your unwitting contributions to the intelligence effort on the farms known as MANdy. We want to thank you for that. But here, this is the thing. This is like what happened with
my
Bin
strategy
Laden.
with that was to pretend that I hadn't seen it.
I understand, but this is like.
Let me explain.
This is
Let me explain something to you. Okay, let me explain something to you. I'm going to share some wisdom with you. Okay, there's a philosophy that the China is an ancient Chinese philosophy, which is before you're married, you should examine a girl with your eyes wide open, and after you're married, with your eyes half closed, not fully closed, but half closed. Meaning, once you've established yourself, you don't have to look to engage in things that are invariably just going to frustrate, aggravate you, and not make life better for you or anyone else. So I took from that once someone is sufficiently established that, hey, you know what, I'm able to make a living off of this thing here, just because someone throws my name out there in a way that's designed to bait me into like basically that if I can like just sort of say, you know what, I'm just steering clear of this, and I'll be happier.
Don't get into fights you don't need to get into. We got to.
Everyone will be happier.
Right.
Just let it go and pretend I didn't even see it. It didn't even happen. And then you come here and you're like, Joe, did you see what's going on? Kiwi Farms, Joe, did you see? Here's the link. Check it. I'm like, what are you doing? What do you do? Why do I need to?
No, I'm not asking you to go look. I'm just saying you're like what happened to Bin Laden. You're the person who only dropped like a crumb of intelligence.
Yeah, I know.
And then extrapolating it down the road, Dev Group put a hole in his head. So
I doxed someone accidentally, and that person happens to be someone who's very controversial figure in the farms, and it was never my intention at all to dox that person. I don't know.
I'm not thinking
and I saw all the claims that were being made there. I don't know if those claims have any validity or are completely stupid and backward, and I don't care. It's got no impact on me at all.
Yeah. Well, Joe, I want to say I don't think it was ever, I would never impute any of that intent to you. So I hope you know that.
Right. But, never attach malice to that which you can label as stupidity.
Yes. But with that said,
I don't actually believe that, by the way. I think that's nonsense.
Hey, it's a hell of a way to end 2023.
I think there's a lot of malice in human beings.
Apparently, my name is all over Kiwi Farms for the first time ever.
What is Kiwi Farms? I don't even know what that is.
Okay. So, like, basically, if you went back in time to like
is that like a gay dating site?
The 1890s or the 1980s, where they have blogs and people basically make threads about like topics and information. So
I can explain it. So Kiwi Farms is kind of like
Grinder. Is that
no.
euphemism for? Okay.
So Kiwi Farms is basically like a curation site on the internet of information. And
like
the people
Wikipedia?
in this kind of like that, but it's Wikipedia for lol cows and like people who are cringe and goofy and are just complete dumpster fires on the internet.
Fair enough. Okay.
And they're, they just collate the data. Now, obviously, people will talk shit and make fun of what they find. And that's generally where people react and they get mad. Like, oh my, people don't like the fact all the embarrassing shit about them's coming to one place. So that's where the controversy gets involved and people getting mad at the farms for documenting what they do. And then it kind of just snowballs from there. It's a self-feeding circle.
Okay.
It's basically a lesson.
Sounds like a clusterfuck.
To approach social media exactly as I just described. Where it's like, you know what? If you pretend that you never notice it, you pretend it doesn't exist, it really doesn't. It's like you don't care, you don't like whatever. Mm-hmm. There were a couple people who dropped like, tiny super chats here making comments about it earlier. And I was just like, all right, the $2 super chats, I can just pull them up and not even read them and whatever. If there was a bigger super chat, I would have just sort of like laughed it off and moved on without really offering much feedback on it. It is what it is. People enjoy chattering, so they're going to chatter. The fact that people are talking about you just means one thing. It means you're not dead because no one bothers talking about people.
And I think that's actually a fair thing.
Yeah.
You're talking about them because you're interesting.
They matter because they matter.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a reflection.
They want attention. from talking
Well,
about you.
And Joe, I will say, you actually have a pretty good reputation on the farms.
Do I?
They really like you.
Oh, that's. I seriously didn't even know if my name ever came up on the farm.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. You're I think you're, people respect you on there.